now listening to the Good Bad Advice Podcast with Stephanie and Chase.
Hello. Welcome, you guys, to the Good Bad Advice Podcast. We are your hosts. I'm Chase.
And I'm Stephanie.
And we are so excited this week to bring you not just one episode, but in the next week, we recorded with a very special guest. Should we say who it is now, or should we let the anticipation build?
Let's say it, because it's so exciting.
We were so excited. Our dear friend Ashley Rose Reeves joined us on the pod last week. We were just finishing kind of editing up the audio so we can release it. We love her.
Love her so much. I found that when she was talking, I was like, oh, we're on a podcast, because she would be talking and I would just be like, oh.
Yeah, at one point I said, hey, Steph, do you want to weigh in on this? Because I just found that Steph was like just staring at her. And I was like, okay.
Also, she's like a glamazon. She is 6 feet tall, gorgeous, so like eloquently spoken. Like I just was sitting there just like,
it was so nice to get to do kind of our normal shtick of being like fun and entertaining, we think, and like have it be like jovial, but then also like we got into some good advice and good like tips for raising kiddos in today's kind of culture and climate and navigating, not losing ourselves and being authentic. I left the episode and I called Steven and I was like, I'm a better person for having just spent the last hour and a half with 100%. Ashley and Steph.
I know. And she gave like some very good advice about everything, about parenting. And I was like, I think I need to start calling her instead of my therapist.
She's like, I just was doing one podcast.
So
we're not interested in forever.
We literally met for 45 minutes. But I'd love to give you some advice. She was wonderful.
Yes, we cannot wait for that. And we've got one more guest lined up for this month. So we've got kind of good things rolling. Yeah. And we just continue to like be so grateful for this amazing opportunity that people are gifting us.
Yeah, we'll never stop saying it.
No, like, I hope that we get to keep doing this for as long as our little mouths work. So I could be hospitalized and you just like sneak in the microphone and they're like, sir, you're going to surgery. And I'm like, this week.
This week
they count back from 10. I'm like, hey, this is just like when we go into the episode.
You could be in a coma and I'd set up the mic next to you on the bed. I'd make sure you look good.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much.
In a coma, I'd put on some bronzer or something. And then I would just put the mic in front of you and talk to the camera and then be like, what do you think, Chase? And then it would pan to you laying there and then just in a coma.
Boop, boop.
Just the heart monitor noise.
Just the heart monitor and just the doctors coming and being like, ma'am, I don't know how you got past security again. They cut to the nurse. They're like, she's on a list. We have her headshot at the front.
Security footage of me carrying in like mics, a light.
Yeah, our like giant lights here. Our giant 4-foot poster here.
We really should take pictures of that way.
We really need to just be like, this is what it looks like every time we come here. How was your weekend?
It was so good. We had family in town. So that was like a little chaotic, but ate really good food, got to hang out.
You got your nails done, I see. Oh. They look amazing. Shout out to Amanda.
Amanda at Salty Nails, Utah. Salty Nails UT? I don't know. I'll clarify that. Anyway, we'll
tag
amazing.
her. You need to post those and that can be a part of the carousel and then we can tag her.
No, she's literally so talented. I've been growing out my nails. I'm sure you've seen the disaster of them on the podcast. They were bad and now they're great.
Now people are going to cut back to and be zooming in and see what you're talking about.
Yeah, no, they're not good. Now they're amazing. But you know when you have like family in town, and it was my husband's brother who was in town. They stayed up till like 3 a.m. every night. I'm like, I'm just a tired girl. Like
I refuse to stay up late.
Yeah.
I do not care. I was the kid who would put myself to bed. I one time was lost. Like my mom couldn't find me and I don't know if they had the police looking for me, if it was just people in the neighborhood, and they ended up finding me tucked underneath the bar stools, sleeping on the bar stools tucked underneath the counter. Like I value sleep more than I value being cool. more than like,
Yeah.
I do not have FOMO. I have JOMO all the time. Joy of missing out. If I know that something, and they're like, we stayed out until 1:30 in the morning. I'm like, were you running from the police? Were you doing drugs?
Yeah, no.
Like, I also just have a very false sense of what really happens after midnight because growing up, it was always like, you could have your curfew up until midnight, but you know what happens after midnight? And we were like, yeah, but we
Yeah.
didn't.
No.
And now I still don't, but I believe it's bad.
Yeah, no. I also, like, I love my Sunday night routine to be like, I'm going to get ready for bed at 6 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to get in the coziest clothes I own and tuck myself into bed, like, have my Kindle 3 Stanleys around me that I'm just sipping from, full of different liquids that I didn't get during the week. Like,
Got it.
4 liquid IVs in one jug and like
What are you
ice
recovering
water in
from?
another. You know, just like throughout the week when you don't drink any water, and then Sunday night you're like, well, I gotta get ready for Monday, so I gotta have this jug of liquid IV, this jug of normal water, and you're just 2 straws in each side.
It's not really my Sunday routine. Can't relate. Although I do love, because Sundays I always change my sheets on the Sundays. I love nothing more than like crawling into crisp, clean sheets. But I'm not in bed at like 6. Although I like winding down. Last night we went to Steven's sister's birthday party, and it was so fun. We stayed up, till 8. And then we went back. I just am not like a
No, I'm not either.
We've never
That's why
had
I
this
was like,
opportunity. We've never
No,
been
if
like,
we're hanging out, even if we're hanging out, like if we started hanging out at 8, I'm leaving by 10.
I'm kicking you out at 10.
Like we're both like, anyway.
That's real friendship. Real friendship is when you can dead face say to them,
I need to go to bed.
I need you to leave because I need to go to bed. Or like, I honestly need to go poop so badly. I need you to leave. I don't know how long I'm going to be in there. No, it's not. I'm not even cared about volume. I'm like, turn up the TV. I just don't know how long I'm going to be gone.
Yeah.
And my brother-in-law, Travis, shout out Travis. One time he was on the toilet for so long, his legs fell asleep. And so he went to go stand up, but then he fell over and he was like, he couldn't get his pants up and he couldn't feel his legs.
Sure,
and it was like a whole
neat
scene. Yeah, we're just like, love you, Trav. He's one of my favorite people. So I'm not trying to speak ill of that, but that is like the goal. So we have a very like pretty consistent rule. We're doing dinner, and if we're doing dinner and a movie, then it's not like let's just sit in the car and talk for hours. Even when we didn't have people to go home to, and it was just like going home to empty, it was still like I'm going home to me.
The only time it was that like you're being an inconvenience, not really an inconvenience, but if like I came over at 8, I was there till 10, and then it was like, oh, I have a boy coming over, so you need to leave. I'd be like, bye.
Yeah, that's true.
Have fun.
But more often than not, I was also just like, hey, everyone leaving.
Yeah.
It's 10 o'clock. But do you have like a show that you watch at night that is just like, it kind of warms you right before going to bed? Like it just is the perfect downtime, decompress show that mood boost?
Yeah, so I'm going to say something that makes me better than everyone. I don't have a TV in my room.
Are you poor?
Yes.
Got it. So for those of us that so are you just kind of like, hey, my bedroom is not for TV consumption?
Well,
But what about if you're just on the couch, like before you go into bed? Because I agree, I rarely before bed watch TV in my bedroom.
Yeah.
I'll be in the bedroom and like turn on the news in the morning or watch stuff as I'm getting ready. But still, I have like a winding down show at the end of the day.
No, it's usually just what I'm watching. Probably something Bravo related. Like I like just to really spike up my adrenaline of watching fights on reality TV before I go to bed.
Yes. Stephen and I watch either an episode of Modern Family before bed, almost every night before bed.
Good.
Or we just finished watching an episode. So we just finished the whole series of Life in Pieces. Did you ever see that? It was really good. It was kind of like Modern Family alternate, like a different type, but same genre, very family focused. Or we watch Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. One of those 3, we absolutely will end the night with, regardless. I mean, we'll watch Harry Potter like we did last night and then be like, okay, and then right before bed, it's, 11 o'clock. And we're like, let's just get a little bit of Kimmy Schmidt in.
That's precious.
I think everyone needs to have.
Sorry, I said that very condescending.
No, it's okay. I have a
so
TV in my bedroom.
Cute of you.
Yeah, I have an actual TV in my bedroom, so can't be condescending to me. I'm at the top. But I love knowing what people's like calming
Routine show.
Yeah, and I heard this thing that had said people that have anxiety end up doing really well rewatching the same shows because they know what to expect. It's kind of soothing. And so I love seeing what shows people love to watch.
We tried to watch Peaky Blinders in the
I've never
thick of
seen
COVID.
that. Okay.
I don't recommend it.
Got it.
Don't recommend it because I was so anxious when watching it. To be fair, it was like literally in the first 2 weeks of shutdown. And we were binging it, Traven and I was just like, I can't watch this show. And we never finished it. We were on like season 4 and I was like, that's enough. That's enough for me.
I think you have to know where your limit is on consuming any sort of media. Like I don't watch any
no scary movies.
I don't watch super scary anything. Although I did watch over the weekend the Goosebumps series on Hulu.
Okay, the trailer for that is looking spooky.
It was good though. It wasn't super
scared.
It wasn't like bad. I was doing a lot of work this weekend, so I just had it kind of on in the background and I was clocking the storyline as I went, but I didn't see all of the maybe disturbing images.
But it wasn't terrifying?
No, not at all. I thought it was like good. We were talking about like what's the best Halloween movie out there. You would need to think of yours and I'm going to think of mine, and then do you know what yours is? Because there's the right answer. There's a right answer and then there's everyone else's.
Yeah.
So I have the best Halloween movie of all time is Hocus Pocus. Okay, yeah. Thank you. Now, what's the second best Halloween movie of all time?
Oh no.
I know mine, but I'm in the minority. And I learned this last night because we were talking to Steven's siblings and I said, this is the best second Halloween movie of all time. And they were like, absolutely
3, 2, 1,
Practical Magic.
I've never seen Practical Magic.
You are kidding me.
I know, it really seems right up my alley.
It literally seems like a crime.
That I haven't. I know.
Fully. It is so good.
Those.
And you're not in the minority there. The vast majority of people I feel like haven't seen Practical Magic. And last night at dinner, I was wearing a Practical Magic sweatshirt. And so Bridget, a shout out Bridget, who I love, I won't tell an embarrassing story about you going to the bathroom. Sorry, Travis. But Bridget was like, oh my gosh, Practical Magic, I love that show. And she's dating one of Steven's siblings. And so then all the other siblings were like, what show? What is that? We've never seen that. And I was like,
I know what it is.
Who hurt you? So they had an assignment. All of them had to watch Practical Magic last night. I'm obsessed. You need to watch it before Halloween. Commit. Okay.
You convinced me fully.
And your second pick is Casper.
Casper.
That's such a solid choice
too. The Casper,
too.
like 90s version. 90s, early 2000s. I don't know. That might have been 90s. So good. And when Casper turns into a boy and you're like, oh, like that might have been my first crush as a child. Like,
the bald Casper ghost?
No. When he turns into a boy in
the movie. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's like, I was like, whoa, weirdo. She's like, and that's where my love of ghosts started.
You had a crush on Casper the ghost.
Like, of all childhood crushes, to admit to that, you may as well admit to like having a crush on Charlotte's Web, the pig. You know who I just adored? Charlotte in Charlotte's Web.
My animated crush was Kovu from Lion King 2. Kovu.
Wait, I never saw Lion King 2.
Get it.
Okay, wait, who are your top, let's say your number one Disney prince and the least attractive Disney prince, like your number one and your 0. And then I also want the ranking of who's the best Disney princess and who's also trash garbage we should get rid of.
Okay.
Because I have these on lock.
Yeah.
Wait, say your prince, we'll say our best prince. You go first, then I'll go.
Okay, Prince Adam, the beast, when he turns into...
Literally same.
Yep, same. Thank you.
Same.
And you know
also,
what? If he was the beast...
100%. I was just going to say, I don't need him to fully transition. I'm also kind of like,
if he
get
could
it.
Even go back.
First off, library. Second off, castle. Third off, candlestick that speaks and also dances. Teapot. Hi, Mrs. Potts, fire.
Snowball fights. Balls.
Got it. Agree. But also, and let's be honest, like life lesson learned for him. He did get converted back. He did have a redemptive story. Amazing.
He has little anger issues. Who doesn't?
Yeah, who doesn't?
Okay.
You know, who doesn't get a little riled up? Who's your least favorite?
Snow White's prince.
Oh, Prince. I was going to say Prince Philip, but
He has the weirdest lips. He's like this. But they're tiny. They're little small lips. Who's yours?
Sleeping Beauty's prince. Aurora's prince. What literally does he do?
Or is that Snow White? I don't know.
think he's Prince.
No,
No, I
Prince
think
Charming
Prince
is
Charming
Cinderella.
is Cinderella.
He's not that cute
I think
either.
the thing about that drives me nuts about Aurora's prince, first off, he seems very dainty.
Philip.
Prince Philip?
Yeah.
I feel like he's definitely wearing that cloak, like
barely
in the
in the
mirror
movie,
with
too.
himself, just kind of like, ooh, we live for this, Philip.
Swish, swish.
And let's keep in mind that he is the hero for kissing a woman who's asleep. If I'm asleep and you try to kiss me and you wake me up, I will have a dagger through your throat quicker than you can say, good morning, beautiful.
And you know who we
Dead.
love? You know what we love on this podcast? Consent. Okay.
Yeah, consent matters, you guys. Okay, don't be kissing anybody when they're asleep. Also, it spooks me out if Steven makes a noise and it wakes me up. I am not like the other night. Something had happened and he made a noise, and I was like, "What? What the?" And he was like, "Oh, sorry, it was just this." And then I was just like, "Stop! I'm sleeping." And it was like it was an accident,
You're
clearly.
so annoyed.
But I'm just like, ugh. People are sleeping
You're
in
like,
here.
"Hello."
It's 3 a.m. I'm not good to wake up from my sleep, so he's trash. Okay, wait, who's your favorite Disney princess?
Belle.
Really? Okay, how come? Because you didn't watch the live action and
'Cause
have
she
it
had brown
ruined
hair.
by Emma Watson.
No,
Emma Watson ruined Belle for me. Ooh,
the
hot
live
take.
action Beauty and the Beast.
Fire except for Belle.
Anyway.
She just leaves.
No,
Bye.
I loved Belle because she had brown hair. Probably Little Mermaid is my second one, Ariel.
And who's your least?
Least favorite. Probably Snow White.
Same. She's for sure my least. She has such a bizarre voice.
Honestly,
Her
that
haircut's
wasn't that bad,
weird. No, it was kind of like
The face was a
used to
little
be.
weird, but
No one saw.
no one saw.
Well, not true. Our reels are doing bomb.
Yeah.
Hashtag 120.
120.
120,000. Get it. Steven's so cute. He's always like, how many views does it have now? I'm like, 120,000. He's like, oh my gosh, that's so many people who've seen it.
It's so funny because Steven could like so instantly go viral if we like put one of his
Well, Gentry music videos
let's
have
try.
had 100 plus
Let's have-
million.
I just had the best idea. Let's have him mash up our podcast intro with the
With the theme song from Snow White.
with something. He'll go viral for it.
I think my
And we have to make
favorite
him do the fire part too.
fire. It is so funny. Every now and then, every time I turn on our podcast, it's like, and for the record, we just paid someone on Fiverr to make that because we thought we couldn't just open up with us being like, hello. And so I sent Steph the mock-up when we got it.
Yeah.
And I was like, I think I like it, question mark.
Yeah.
And she's like, I think I do too, but I'm not sure. Also, we're not paying anybody any other money to do it. And so that was just that was just where we're at. So it works for now.
I love it now.
Now it's your ringtone when you call.
Exactly.
They fire up. I'm like, ooh, sorry, it's Stephanie. Hello. I think my favorite Disney princess is I want to say it should be Cinderella, solely from the live action with Lily James.
The live
Like
action
that
was good.
Cinderella is sensational to me. I liked Jasmine a lot growing up. I also liked Aladdin. But I feel like she kind of the live actions can really ruin the movie.
The live action Aladdin.
Can we stop live actioning movies, please? Like, can we not come up with an original Disney idea? The budget's huge. They're a creative juggernaut. And they're like, you know what we should do? We could come up with something totally unique and clever. Or let's just butcher a classic by making it live action. Hashtag looking at you, Lion King. Looking at you, Little Mermaid.
Lion King had Beyonce in it though.
I don't care. Beyonce was also in Austin Powers, and you've not seen that.
Beyonce had one of the best videos of all time.
Thanks, Kanye. Is that who you want to model your life after right now?
No.
Because he's now officially banned from multiple things in
It's
Italy.
just a pop culture moment, and we have a pop culture podcast. I didn't when you know you wanted to fight today.
I did. I warned you. I said, we're doing this in the afternoon when normally we're doing it first thing in the morning. So we're a lot more alive.
Yep.
A lot more awake. And
One of those bags.
I spent this morning in a mediation and then dealing with opposing counsel. So I'm like, I'm going to fight. It's the perfect time, though. Should we give some advice to people in the news?
Yes, please.
Now, of course, we're going to talk Taylor Swift movie as well, but we first need to talk about the Taylor Swift and Kelce of it all, Travis Kelce of it all. So, page 6 reports Travis, Kelce, and Taylor Swift, quote, couldn't keep their hands off each other backstage at SNL. Now, we know that Taylor Swift surprise introduced Ice Spice performing at SNL.
And Travis Kelce showed up at the end of a sketch.
Yes.
About the NFL being the biggest
Taylor Swifties.
groupies.
Literally, did you see that skit?
Yeah, it was so
funny.
And at the end, it was like, now let's go to somebody who actually wants to talk about football, and it's Travis Kelce. And he's like, yeah.
Yeah,
I was like,
thank you for
all
being
is
on
well.
TV. That's kind of how I feel when I see him on TV now. I'm just like, And did you see he like touched the back of one of Taylor Swift's security guards and dismissed him basically so that he could get her out of the car?
Honestly, what I have to say in regards to this story is that women on the internet are feral. The way that we have
Someone spray them with water.
The way that we have not analyzed a hand movement since Pride and Prejudice, Mr. Darcy hand flex, we are like looking like, oh, he grabbed her hand there, he touched her hip here, he guided her here. Like
that's like do you remember the red carpet footage from I think it was the Cannes Film Festival of Jessica Chastain and Oscar and what's his name?
Oscar Isaac?
Yes. Where
and
he looks at her and then kisses her arm and she just looks up at him and then looks at the cameras. That honestly could be
foreplay.
Roman Empire, but also foreplay for sure. I think she's stunning.
Yeah.
I'm obsessed with her. Everything she's done, I love.
Yes.
Okay.
We are obsessed with that.
So we're obsessed with the Travis and the Taylor. I saw someone that had said, ladies, if the bar is so unbelievably low that simply opening up the door for someone makes you believe that they're OTP, one true pair, that one true person, then that's a commentary on society, but still.
I think it's just that he has like such like confidence in them walking around. Like her last boyfriend, Joe, literally made her wear disguises.
Or run
wigs, cover her face. Like he just has so much confidence. But more importantly, in the Taylor Swift of it all, we went to the Eras concert this weekend on Thursday because she did announce that they were opening up a day early. We did have tickets for Friday, but we decided we were going to go Thursday instead.
Now, I have a headline that we first want to talk about the Taylor Swift movie box office numbers are in because I was curious to see if they'd get. So the concert tallied 92.8 million during its debut, making it the second highest domestic opening for a movie in October in history, right behind The Joker. And unlike The Joker, this only released on much fewer screens and didn't have any screenings before Friday at 6 p.m.
Yeah.
So it was truncated, and it still was the second, although it was a little less than they were thinking it would be, the 100 million. I think what's going to end up happening is this is going to be like Greatest Showman, where the initial box office was like, okay. And then I think people are going to just want, like, I went to the show 3 times this weekend.
Well, also, I think because the initial showings were so small, when everybody booked their original tickets, people didn't all book on that first weekend. A lot of people booked their tickets out to the second or third weekend because the showings were so booked already. And a lot of like smaller theaters or different franchises than AMC hadn't received like the rights to the movie yet. And so they weren't posting any showings. So like a lot of local theaters hadn't posted anything yet.
Well, and the Thursday release of the movie came with only less than 24 hours notice of Taylor Swift announcing that she was releasing tickets for Thursday. So the idea that this was like everybody who wanted to go see it on Thursday could, they just didn't know about it. I think this is going to be something that people will end up going to multiple times. And now we have to talk about wait, do you have something else? Because you're giggling.
Are you going to talk about Sydney?
Yes, that's what I was saying. We have to talk about our personal experience.
That's all
We have been waiting to talk about this, girl. Sydney, if you're watching, this is dedicated to you. We love you. So we heard that Taylor Swift was announcing, or Taylor Swift announced the extra day. And so I wrote Steph, and we had tickets scheduled for Friday, and you had Traven's brother coming into town. And I was like, hey, do we bump to Thursday? And then I can just take somebody else on Friday, because we were a little nervous that Taylor Swift may announce Reputation during the film. Spoiler alert, she didn't. Although the transition announcing Reputation easily could be an announcement video, because that snake was fire. But we decide kind of on Wednesday night that we're going to go Thursday. Yeah. And thankfully our custom shirts came from Etsy for timing. It. So you got to check our social. We did a little outfit of the day, Taylor Swift version. We get to the cinema. I just called it cinema. We get to the theater, we get to the cinema. We had the car drive us home. That's what I think of when I think of cinema. Yeah. We get to the cinema, and Jordan Commons, Megaplex at District or Thanksgiving Point did an amazing job. They had like this big balloon display, the lights, the Eras Tour movie. Like it was, Eileen, we love her. She was the general manager.
She was like walking around with us.
We get our merch bucket and cup, which we had to buy as a pair. It felt very much like on brand for the Taylor Swift tour of we're paying how much for this? And then it was like, goodbye, money.
We're sitting there,
yes,
and we asked this girl to take a picture of us.
And she's wearing merch, by the way.
Not like, she just has Taylor Swift merch on it. Clearly, it's pink. She has her bucket, her popcorn, and her drink.
Taylor Swift,
she's just
all of it.
So cute, like standing right by there. And we're like, let's ask this girl to take a picture of us, because she's clearly here
for the same show we are, because we went to the very first opening. It opened at 6 p.m. We went to that 6 p.m. show. So we were like, okay, everybody here in line who's dressed up in anything Taylor Swift is going to be in the same theater.
Yeah.
So we said to her, hey, are you at the 6 o'clock show? And she's like, no, I'm not. And we were like, oh, okay, like you just extra early? She's like, I'm actually seeing it tomorrow. And we were like, wait, girl, are you confused? Because you're in the movie theater now. Like, did your brain just stop? And she was like, I was so nervous that I was going to miss out on merch. And I didn't know if I'd be allowed to get the merch without buying a movie ticket. So I bought a movie ticket for another movie so that I then could come in and get merch. But now I don't think I'm going to go to that movie. And Steph and I are kind of like in the middle of like nibbling on the top buttery parts of the popcorn. And we're like, wait, you bought a movie ticket for a movie just so you could come? She was like, yeah, I bought Mr. Smith Goes to Washington.
Yeah.
I'm going that. It's $5.
And I just bought the ticket because I didn't think they'd let me in without it. And we were like, girl, you don't have to do that. She goes, well, I know that now.
She's like, I didn't know that now. And I said, well, why did you wear Taylor Swift merch? Why, like, you're in the full getup? And she goes, I also didn't want people to wonder when I was walking out, why does she have a bucket of popcorn and a drink?
She's like, I thought I'd just blend in.
She's like, I thought I would just blend in my Taylor Swift merch. And I'm not kidding you. We laughed so hard. We love you, Sydney. You're the best. A legend. The fact that it's just so funny to think that she shows up. She's like, you know what? I really want to get that I want to pay $26 for a popcorn tub that's not even a large. It's not even a medium. No. It's like a medium light. No. And then a drink, which the lid didn't totally fit. So as I went to go take a drink, I just spilled right down my shirt like a dum-dum. And she's like, I need that so badly that I'm going to go early and get it. Gosh. And then I just love how the anxious brain works. The anxious brain says, oh my gosh, what if they don't let you in because you don't have a movie ticket yet? I know, I'll buy a movie ticket. What's available? Mr. Smith Goes to Washington. It's only $5. That's great. She also told us she teaches history. So she thought it was kind of killing two birds with one stone. Then she's like, oh my gosh, what if I get there and I get the movie ticket and then I'm in Mr. Smith Goes to Washington, but everyone around me is going to be like, why are you at Taylor Swift? And I didn't want to look like a fraud. So I better go in my merch. And then she's like, solid plan. Yeah. Gets there. And the other best part of that is that so she goes and gets the popcorn and the drink. And then she's just standing in the lobby. Yeah. Completely like hanging out. Yeah.
She was like, I don't want to say loitering, but like she was like kind of scoping out the situation to be like.
And we love you so much for that. I
love her.
We talked about it almost the entire movie previews.
Yeah. I'm like, Sydney would love this.
And we thought there So we were seated in the box with the two little seats, and the person in front of us bought one ticket. And I said to you, we should just go buy that ticket for Sydney and run out and be like, Sydney,
oh no,
come. We should have done that, but then she'd already left by that point.
Yeah.
And I wasn't going to buy another $26 movie ticket.
No.
Love you, Taylor Swift, but can we go a little cheaper?
Yeah.
Please. When that movie comes out on streaming, it's going to be like $80 and we're all going to buy it.
Yeah, 100%. It was so good.
Amazing.
Our show was fun because we were sitting in like recliners and we had this kind of little box. It was a suite, if you will.
Rich.
And there were people singing, but like a couple people out of their seats. It was like very much like we're all here for Taylor Swift. We're all going to sing. There was a lot of points in the air. Like it was so amazing.
So amazing.
But you went a couple of different times.
I went a couple of different times. So the first night we went, because I think we were away from other people, and how the box works is that it kind of makes it so you can't see other people that are in the theater with you. So it was really hard to assess how much activity other people were doing. The one I went on Friday night, we were just like in the masses. And when I tell you, I was sending you videos being like, I wish you were here because it was something to behold. There were insane people that were our age, 30s, men, women in the row in front of us, all standing, singing, dancing. When it came down to he pulled out a ring, said multiple people got on their knees and screaming and yelling. And then at the very end, standing ovation for Taylor Swift. In fact, during Karma, when she says it's her last song, and she's like, I hope you can give us one more time, one more song. The entire theater stood up to be like, we're doing this thing. Even old women that were like, these knees don't work. Nope, they worked for Taylor, the miracle of Taylor Swift. It was so fun. And then when we went on Saturday, we went during the day and it was also sold out. And there were a ton of like younger teen girls because when we did the movie, it was going to go long because it's almost 3 hours. So we knew it was going to be past some people's bedtimes. The afternoon was full of young Taylor Swift girlies who were screaming and yelling at the TV. And I'm so excited to take my kids this upcoming week. I think it's just going to be...
I'm going to take Bailey this weekend.
You have to, yes.
Because she doesn't like know Taylor Swift. And she has gone to live concerts and she's like, I don't really love this. But I think if I do like a late afternoon, she's going to just die.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
So our advice, go to the movie.
Yeah, you have to go.
Go to the movie as many times as you want. It's so uplifting.
Yep.
It's positive. It's beautiful. I'm reminded a lot of the time of Kobe Bryant talking about Taylor Swift and saying, it's clear what she's doing. She's at the top of her game. Yeah. I can celebrate that, and that's how I feel. Even the guy who was at mediation with today, we were talking about Taylor Swift, and he was like, I think I'm going to take my girls because I just think it's a major event to be a part of. I loved it. Going multiple times. I will probably go another weekend. You and I need to go another weekend. I think it is going to be one of those shows that more and more people just want to go to. The demand's going to be really high.
Yeah. And I will say, like, my advice, like, go and have the experience that you want to have is what I realized from it. Like, if you want to have an experience where you just, like, let it wash over you, get a side seat, like a recliner, bring a blanket and sing from your chair. If you want to have a dancing experience, like, go and do that too. It is, like, a very welcoming space. Yeah. Like, nobody's going to scream at you if you're
It is a little culty. Did you see the TikToks of the movie theater owners that are putting out, what's it called? Like glow in the dark, but it's like if you have infrared vision, I guess, or something for night vision. Yes. But what's that called? Infrared no, it's like cameras. A night vision.
It's like for the scary movies when they do recording
yes, where they're doing the recording. So they have that, except it's like during Evermore. And so it's the part where they have the balls, the glowing balls. And so they're all like in a circle. Did you also see the people that brought their own glowing balls?
No, did you see the guy on TikTok who had a cloak on? And during that, he ran to the front of the movie theater.
No.
And recreated the entire
dance. The entire move.
And just with this green cloak, just twirling it around. No, that's okay.
Did you see? Speaking of, did you see the girl who during folklore, back when we were still changing for the better? Yeah. Wait, is that the right song? Folklore.
August, yeah.
August, yeah. Where she's kind of thrashing her.
Yeah.
A girl
sleeves.
brought a duvet. It's a white duvet. And she went up to the front as well with a chair.
Yeah.
And she's doing this whole dance with the thing. I like kind of love it. I love that it's so culty. I know people will grow tired of talking about Taylor Swift at some point, but she is the it thing right now. And so we just adore you. And Taylor Swift, if you ever listen to this, just know that we are unbelievable fans of yours. But like respectful fans, like we'd be cool if we hung out.
Yeah, no, like respectfully.
We asked Ashley if she had 24 hours with Taylor Swift, what would she do? And you guys will love, what would you do with her if she 24 hours said she came to Utah? You'll love Ashley's response. I thought it was so cute and perfect.
Yeah. And if you're tired of us talking about Taylor Swift, then we can talk about Beyonce, who was at Taylor Swift's premiere.
Yes.
And that's just on girls supporting girls.
Yes, I did read that it's likely on account of a deal I read on the internet, so it's probably true, that Taylor Swift helped Beyonce get a deal for
With
her
AMC,
concert
for her
release
concert.
for AMC, and that one of the conditions of that was that Beyonce would come to her premiere. I don't know if that's true, but
Still,
you heard it here from
girls.
Girls supporting girls. She also looked fire. Both of them did.
Both of them did.
That Oscar de la Renta dress that Taylor Swift's wearing with the cutout flowers kind of
Yeah,
patched
so pretty.
together. Beautiful.
So pretty.
She's an icon. She's a legend. And
She is the moment.
she is the moment. Speaking of Taylor Swift, the movie, we also got, which is our next story, the trailer to the Mean Girls musical movie trailer.
Renee Rapp, I love you so much.
We adore you, Renee Rapp. You are... My name is Regina George. I was like,
good.
oh my gosh, thank you so much.
But honestly,
and
I didn't even know.
a massive deal.
I didn't even know that Renee Rapp was playing Regina George.
Oh,
in that.
really?
The second she started singing, I knew it was Renee
Yes.
Rapp's voice.
And then get in, loser. We're going shopping. I'm like, dead.
Still has Tina Fey
They
in it.
highlight yes, and the same principal is in it. So many incredible. John Hamm is going to be Coach Carr, which is so funny.
Yeah.
Just so he could say like, if you do that, you'll get pregnant and have whatever.
You'll get chlamydia and die.
I didn't know if we could say that, so I was like. But I love the cameos are going to be amazing. I think the vocals are going to be amazing. Kyle Hanagami is the choreographer for it, and I adore
Kyle
him.
Hanagami.
His choreography is my absolute favorite to watch on
He might
YouTube.
be one of my Roman empires.
Learning him doing the greatest.
Look what you made me do.
Yes.
Kyle Hanagami.
Or the greatest, where they're running and then the throw of the head. Clearly, put us in a music video, Kyle. We act like they're seeing it just because we've had some success. Now we just figure everybody listens to this. Like it's so disproportionate to reality, and we're here for it. But I was saying to Steph, okay, no real advice for the movie on account of
no notes.
It's going to be perfect. There's no notes whatsoever. We are thrilled for it, but I thought it would be fun to go through. I pulled from Harper's Bazaar the top 26 best movies of the 2000s. Some of them have been made into musicals already. But I want to go through and we're just going to say, yes, we want a musical of it, or no, we don't. And there's a couple of right or wrong answers here. And some of the movies I didn't know, like Spike Lee's 25th Hour. Didn't know. I don't need a musical. Amelie, also don't need a musical. I think that's the first time I actually saw boobs was from the movie Amelie, if I'm thinking correctly. Definitely don't need to see that in a musical.
No.
Brokeback Mountain, the musical. It's a drama. Like, it would be a really sad musical, obviously.
Maybe a play, not a musical.
Okay, a play could be good.
Although
I think
it is a love story,
country
so,
western vibe, very country southern.
I don't know how they're building those sets, though. You can't capture the Brokeback Mountains in a set.
Okay, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, the musical.
Cool.
No, it can't be. It would. What song would they sing?
I don't know.
You're saying yes.
Do you think I'm a maestro? You think I could
Yes,
just whip up a song
I listen
right
to
now?
you
Do
sing
think I'm
all the
Andrew
time.
Lloyd Webber? Do you want me to just do?
See, look at you. You're doing it right now.
I was singing something from La La Land.
I'm saying no to Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. We know Dreamgirls was already a musical before.
Yeah.
Did you see the 2002 movie with Jennifer Lopez, Enough?
No.
She beats the hell out of her ex-husband because he's like
Making a musical.
literally it's just like well bam, like that musical would be insane.
They'll have like the trumpet going as she's hitting somebody.
Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, the musical. It's like super depressing.
Yeah, I heard it's super depressing. So
I'm out. Finding Nemo, the musical. I think that's already been made into a musical.
I think Disney made it one.
Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, the musical. They already have The Cursed Child.
Yeah.
So I think they've already kind of dipped their toes into Broadway. Kill Bill, the musical.
I don't think I need that.
I don't think I need to see that. There's too much blood, and I don't know if I want to have to go to the theater with like a Blue Man Group experience
poncho?
where you have the poncho.
Yeah, no,
I don't think.
interested.
Although it'd be really fun. It's
You
like
come
Sweeney
out-
Todd.
You come out with blood splatters on your face.
We loved it. If they get like the reporter footage, like, what'd you think? It's like, it was my favorite. Just blood dripping down. Legally Blonde, obviously made into a musical.
Yeah.
Mean Girls, the musical. Once.
don't
Don't
know
know
what that
Once.
is.
I'm out. Labyrinth, the
Oh,
musical.
that would be a good musical.
Pan's Labyrinth. And then Saving Face. I didn't know. This is apparently... I have no idea. Slumdog Millionaire, the musical, could be amazing.
Yeah.
Like, that's one that really should be. We have this really amazing
I could see that one.
Bollywood.
Totally.
Super Bad, the musical. A totally different... Isn't that Judd Apatow?
Yeah. Judd Apatow,
Yes. So it was
Jonah Hill.
interesting.
Seth Rogen.
Yeah, that one would be interesting. The Dark Knight, the musical.
I don't think I need the Joker musical.
I don't think we need that.
No.
I'm going to end with this one, so I'm going to come back. The Hurt Locker, probably not. We know The Notebook is being made into a musical already. Did you know that? Mm-mm. Yeah, The Notebook's being made into a musical.
All right.
Also, so is Great Gatsby. I just saw the Great Gatsby musical kind of showroom stuff that they're working on. The Royal Tenenbaums, probably not. Training Day.
No. That
No.
one, no.
But you ready for the number one 2000 movies that absolutely should be made into a musical?
I'm ready.
Drum roll, please. The Devil Wears Prada. The Devil Wears Prada, the musical, would be sensational.
It would be.
Sensational.
Honestly.
You get to have the whole moment. It's maybe a different vibe. They're going to be going to Paris. The costumes should be
I love
stunning.
that
I
idea.
love, of all the 2000 movies that I looked up, because I looked up a couple other websites when we had this idea.
Yeah.
I just kept coming back to The Devil Wears Prada, the musical, needs to happen stat.
Call us.
Call us.
We
Miranda
can't-
Priestley.
We can't do anything. We could write a song.
We could do that. I talked about on the last episode of writing a song, so I need to redeem myself from that.
Could you write a song for Devil Wears Prada?
Yeah, I could. It would all be like chiffon, lace, gold lame, and stay in place. I don't know, something like.
Wait a minute.
I'm so sorry. Am I just starting? Well, like for the
Excuse you?
makeover, like then it's like the singing when she walks into the busy set, into the busy.
I take it all back. Call us.
Call us. Wouldn't that be amazing?
Yeah,
You walk
that would
in
be
and people are
amazing.
just like throwing bolts of fabric around, and
Yeah.
then the phone's ringing, and like she's like nervous, and everyone else is like Miranda, Priestley. You know what I mean? It's just
Yeah.
like fire. It's good. Literally call us.
No, this is a great idea.
I know. Please, please,
It's
please.
gonna show up
No.
with our exact ideas, and we're gonna be like, oh, trademark,
What the-
trademark, copyright.
It's so funny. Okay, speaking of showing up everywhere and not wanting to see it, our next story. Jada Pinkett Smith reveals that she and Will Smith have been separated for 7 years. Here's what I'm going to say as a precursor. I am so, unbelievably, exhausted, My weave is exhausted. My panty liner is exhausted by the Jada Pinkett Smith.
Yeah,
First off, it was everywhere this weekend.
Everywhere.
It was so annoying. If that's what people feel about Taylor Swift, I guess I can hold space for you. But Jada's story is old, first off. Ugh. It's the exact same dang thing. She had Red Table Talk. It got canceled, but she had Red Table Talk where she basically espoused this same narrative. Nothing new here. She's like, I was shocked. I thought it was a skit when Will went up and smacked Chris Rock in the face. And then I was surprised. How is that new?
I find her to be so tired.
I find her to be insufferable.
Yeah, no.
I find her to be thirsty. I think she doesn't have her table talk, so people aren't talking about her. So she's like, I will do what they need to. I will do a biography and release a biography so that people will be forced to talk about me.
So funny. She talked about how in her 40s she started getting depressed again, and she said she credited her healing to therapy and her mom. And I was like, revolutionary.
Yeah.
Don't reinvent the
Therapy?
wheel.
Parents? Get out. The other thing that kind of drove me nuts about a lot of the stuff that's coming out about her that's just same day, different flavor, or different day, same flavor, is she's talking about like, we were separated, we were in an open marriage, we weren't really in an open marriage, but we were in an open marriage, we weren't together, but we've been living separately. He's basically his own person, but we're still loving, we're still working through everything together, but we're not together. It just, the messaging is so convoluted.
Yeah.
If you're going to get divorced, just be divorced. If you don't want to be divorced, then don't be divorced. Be married.
And if you're lovingly separated, stop embarrassing your partner.
Over and over again. That is such a great... Take that to the bank. If you want to be in a relationship and you're embarrassing your partner, those two do not coexist.
Yeah. No. She just is constantly making him look awful. And I just am like, you're not a partner. You're not in a shared relationship because
keep talking, you have to change it. Keep going.
Because you are like constantly trying to make him look bad.
Agreed. Well, and the other thing that drives me nuts about the whole Jada Pinkett Smith thing is I'm not sure what her objective is, except attention getting. I don't think she's put out a new movie since Scream 2?
G.I. Joe?
G.I. Jane. Oop. I don't think, yeah. Whoop.
There's that joke.
I just think that what is she's out here just being thirsty for thirsty's sake.
Yeah.
And I loathe that. It really is giving me, we were talking about this before, Kim Zolciak Biermann and Croy's divorce, where it's so unbelievably messy. It's in the public eye. They're willing to say the most horrid, wretched things about each other, calling the police, selling their house, not selling the house. It's in foreclosure. We can't afford it. We can't. I need my expensive face cream, so I'm going to have the police go over to the house and more. And now I'm in the basement, and I need to be in the basement because the bed's down there.
They're wasting police resources.
It's just, we are exhausted.
Yeah.
We are exhausted. And maybe it's just because of everything that's happening, in
the world.
Horrible tragedies that are happening. And so I'm like, this is the time that you decide with no real, I mean, maybe she's producing her, maybe she's putting out her book, so she's doing press for it. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
You didn't think to yourself, hey, I'm going to cool my jets here. The time is not right. Let me just get it together.
I would have been more inclined to read her book if she shut up. Like,
literally. And if she was
if somebody was like, whoa, there's crazy things in this book, the day it came out, I would probably pick it up. I know everything about that.
Yes.
I know everything about their family. I have watched Red Table Talk before. There is nothing in that book that is new that I do not know. And I don't know who is buying it.
I just think that celebrities, if you're going to write a memoir, you dang well better have some new things in the memoir.
Yeah. None of this was new. Please. I would like to be excluded from this narrative that I never asked to be a part of.
Agreed. That I didn't. This is like getting the U2 album on your phone. And I do just need to correct now that I'm thinking about it. Mm-hmm. My dad, who does not have a lot of super strong opinions about pop culture, did say to me, I think you just need to, same with Steven. They both were like, I think you need to actually give U2 a try. I think you're just mad because the album was on your phone without permission, consent. But they were like, you have got to start listening. So I did listen to some U2 over the weekend. It's pretty catchy.
Traitor.
I'm sorry.
Traitor.
I evolved. Okay. Let people grow and change.
I do think that U2... Sorry, I couldn't get it out of my mouth. Yeah, I was trying to say something nice about him.
Bono.
Well, about them, I guess. No, I got nothing, but I'm happy for you that you found new music.
And speaking of memoirs that are coming out, though, did you hear that now we haven't had any excerpts released from Britney Spears' upcoming memoir, but I am hearing that Justin Timberlake, that JT, is going to be absolutely gutted that he is not, and like the press release was like, Justin Timberlake will, quote, not be prepared, end quote, for what comes out in the memoir.
Did you see he got stopped by the paparazzi and they asked him about it? He said, I'm deeply concerned for her. I'm like,
No. Do not. So are we.
Yeah.
But do not gaslight her
No,
as though
no.
what
Speaking
she's
of
saying here is
somebody-
coming from poisoned well, so
Yeah.
you can't trust the water. No. She's fine with respect to you. She may need to leave some of the knives at home, but she's going to tell her truth about. She's going to tell her truth about Justin Timberlake. That's for dang sure.
And but speaking of somebody who should stop commenting on their relationship, like celebrities, stop being petty unless it's more entertaining, and then keep.
Well, and I just think that what celebrities need to remember is that when you put yourself out in the public eye a ton, we don't need more.
Yeah.
Like the reality is that Britney Spears is not putting herself out as much in the public eye. I mean, she does her weird dance videos, but the bulk of her story has not been told from her. She's not like Jada Pinkett Smith, who has Red Table Talk, who's constantly talking about it, putting it out in the press. Britney Spears isn't.
Do you think it would be helpful? Let's just muse with me here.
Okay.
When Britney starts releasing the book and doing press, I don't know if she will do any press.
I don't think she'll do press, but
when she releases the book and all this stuff comes out about NSYNC, should they announce their revival tour before or after?
No. I think they're not announcing it because they're waiting to see what comes out on the tour. They can't announce it beforehand because if her then revelations tank it, it's going to make them look like buffoons. If they wait for it afterward, depending on how bad it is, it's going to look like they're doing a cover job.
I think that they will still announce it, maybe to cover it and try and press down
bury it.
the narrative about Justin, because I mean there are still so many millennial women who are like, I didn't even like that top ramen head anyway.
Yeah. Oh, I think the best thing Justin Timberlake has done for a while was to move to Montana and steer clear of people. I do think that they will announce afterward, but I think it will really, in large part, depend on what revelations come out in the book. Because if it buries him and they make an allegation of any sort of like sexual abuse or taking advantage or something, which I think could be in there,
but
that's going to be very problematic for them.
There is still there's so much evidence pointing to the fact that Britney Spears is still a little cuckoo.
Yes.
And so it's, I mean, unfortunately, very easily discredited because she is clearly not well.
Yes. We wish her well. We hope she gets better. I am very interested to see what comes out. She's someone whose memoir I do want to read, just like Jessica Simpson's memoir was someone that I wanted to read. Like, there's information there that I wanted to get. Memoir. I will not be reading Jada Pinkett Smith.
No.
All right, our next person to give advice to in the news. You sent me this story, and I had not heard of it yet. And then I just laughed when I read it. Here's amazing. The headline from New York Post. Martial artist punches 7-foot kangaroo that was drowning his dog.
You guys have to watch this video. There is this kangaroo that is pretty much holding onto this dog's neck in the water.
Yep.
And the dog is like really paddling, struggling to get away. This guy walks up on this kangaroo and decks him. It ends up, his phone drops. When he pulls the phone out of the water and goes back to filming the kangaroo is just like posted up, just like, how dare you? It was so funny. My advice to anybody who wants, an animal, a dog, you better be ready to punch a kangaroo to save your dog. I don't know if I could.
No, and this says, I love it. It says, because he's a former police officer, Mick. Former police officer who trains in Brazilian jiu-jitsu had repeatedly been walking by the river when he noticed that one of his dogs, Hutchie, was nowhere to be found. And then he sees that the dog was being held down by the kangaroo, so he just went up and punched the kangaroo. Here's what I love. I am not a jiu-jitsu, Brazilian jiu-jitsu. No, I'm not any of the jiu-jitsus. I have no idea if there's multiple genres of it. I have no concept. But you know what I would train in? Kangaroo fighting. Like, I don't want to do normal boxing.
No.
Like, if it's just like normal, like, but if you market to me,
Yeah.
you want to learn how to punch a kangaroo that's attacking your dog? Come here. Every boxing gym from here to wherever this story took place. Where was he? In Australia, I'm sure, or somewhere.
Yeah, Kangaroo, Australia.
Everywhere needs to change marketing a little bit to say, you ever needed to punch a kangaroo before? Or it's like defend yourself against a gator. Like, that's the training I will go to.
Yeah.
And be like, actually, I'm trained in how to punch a kangaroo.
Not only did he punch the kangaroo, he was filming the whole thing.
100%.
He was like, I'm about to deck this kangaroo. Let's get it on film. And I love that for him.
I also love this.
It would make it viral, and it was amazing.
This is from the article. This sentence, I think, is just like whoever wrote this, who's
Clever.
the author. Ben Cost, you are a hero for writing this. Quoting Mick. I was like, are you kidding me? Exclaimed Mooney, who sprang into action to rescue him from his deadly interspecies baptism. Just amazing. So funny to be like, you know, it's reported that he was like, are you kidding? After he went to go look at the interspecies baptism. Also, that's the next baptism I'm interested in for me. I'm not interested. I'm interested in training how to fight a kangaroo or interspecies baptisms. If I ever got single, like if Steven died, that's the only way we're ever going to be single, Steven. But yeah, knock on wood. And I had to have my like bio for dating. It'd be like things I'm into, and it would be like pop culture, whatever else, interspecies baptisms, fighting kangaroos. Like I would just have to add that into my about me. And then if people were like, "What's this?" I'd be like, "Not what you're thinking. It's actually this news article." And then I said of this. So my advice are to people who own news or own boxing gyms.
Yeah,
you need to call it like
marketing.
The kangaroo punch. And you just need to market on this, capitalize on it. Call me if you need some suggestions. I've got some good stuff.
Yeah, love it.
Okay, this is our last piece of advice for this week. It's a yuck one.
Yikes.
It's Yuck City. Van Leeuwen's Kraft Macaroni and Cheese ice cream is now back at Walmart.
Let's stop making weird things into ice cream.
I just want people to make normal ice cream flavors, but do it really well. Even when we go to like Salt and Straw and you're like having the blue cheese ice cream or something different, you're telling yourself it's good. It's not actually good. You're telling yourself you're good, so you could be the one that's like, you know how to just live for an olive oil and a blue cheese ice cream. Bitch, have you had chocolate? There's actually a really cute video of Charlotte when she was little. She's maybe like 3, 4. Uh-huh. She has on a sequin purse, but it's a dog. So the body of the dog is all sequin and then it has a head and a tail. Super bizarre, but I bought it. Okay. And she's got her like little clipboard and she's taking notes on what we're doing today. So I said to her, now do you want some ice cream? She's like, I'll think about it. And I said, okay, well, do you want to have pink ice cream? And she looks at me from her clipboard and says, we don't got that. We didn't bought that. We bought chocolate and white. Those are the only 2 ice cream flavors I'm really interested in. You can mix them together, have cookies and cream, have a caramel base if it's more of a white, more of a chocolate, brownie fudge, cookies and cream, cookie dough. I'm here for all of that.
I'm such a traditional girl.
Same. I do not want when it's like, or if you're going to have a Ben & Jerry's, like a Tonight Dough or something. Yeah, again, they're just repackaging traditional flavors.
With a bunch of delicious things added. I like even in Italy getting gelato, it's like I would like chocolate. Yeah. Dulce de leche and maybe a pistachio.
Yeah. Agreed.
Oh, but a black cherry. Vanilla with cherry. That's
great. Thank you so much. What are you doing? People are not asking for this. First off, this is a gag gift. No, You're refuse. Not even going to eat it. I'll do it, but you'd have to pay me $3.08. You'd have to pay me the equivalent of a therapy session to talk about getting peer pressured into things that I didn't want to do. That's like the lasagna ice cream, if that exists. Like, ooh, who wants that? Or a cheeseburger and fries ice cream. No, I don't love that. Do I like a Wendy's Frosty with a fry? Yeah, I'm not an idiot.
Delicious.
But that's not the flavor of ice cream. It's not French fries with ketchup.
No.
You're doing too much. You guys are doing too much. I'm glad you brought back SpongeBob as one of the shapes for Kraft, which came back this month.
Yeah.
I think you stick to what you know, which is pasta.
Yeah. Savory ice cream is just weird in general. The only time I do think that it can work is with cheese. Like a ricotta ice cream is really, really yummy, but ricotta to me tastes like nothing. But like I do not think I could do a blue cheese ice cream. I think that would be gross. And stop putting flowers. While we're at it, stop putting flowers in ice cream.
Stop baking with flowers.
Rose ice cream.
Garbage. Ugh. Also, you know what else is the crime?
What?
Van Leeuwen, the ice cream brand who does Kraft Mac and cheese, didn't stop with just one disgusting flavor. They added 6.
What?
Including dill pickle.
No.
Dill pickle ice cream. This says the dill pickle combines a sweet pickle ice cream with a dill pickle swirl, aiming for a sweet and salty combo. Okay. Then there's kettle corn, which I think is kind of a bizarre flavor for ice cream. Maybe that's not as terrible. It might be
just like salty sweet though.
And then it's like, so they're adding these mac and cheese, whatever. And then it's like peppermint stick.
Peppermint ice cream is fine.
Yeah, caramel. No, I'm saying just stick the normal flavors. What are we adding? Being like, oh, we're going to just add disgusting flavors like dill pickle.
If I can find all of the flavors, we are going to do a taste test.
That's like the Hidden Valley Ranch flavored ice cream.
No.
Yes. That was the same one. That is, yes. Hidden Valley Ranch. It's actually in the article.
You're going to have to watch that back because I heard it and then I went, maybe I could find something that would be good on. And then I went, no, sorry.
No, yuck.
Sorry.
That's like when we did you gave us a really nice Christmas gift last year for my kids, where Steph gave me and the kids a collection of different flavored popcorns, candy bars, chips from different parts of the world, and then a grid for us to rate them and score them, and then we had like a favorite. It was so fun. That was a really, really fun activity.
Spoiler alert, do not get those Snickers popcorns.
Oh, there's certain things that we ate and all of us were like, huh?
Gross. They were gross. I'm like, do better. Yeah, I don't know. Stop adding weird things to foods that they shouldn't be.
Agreed.
I don't like that.
It's just an interesting... If you're doing something and it's working, just stick with that. I loved like branching out a little bit here, there, but nobody asked for mac and cheese. I mean, I guess someone had to have, and that person belongs behind bars.
Yeah, jail.
Jail, straight to jail.
That person is a psychopath and they're murdering somebody right now.
Yes. Okay, what's your assignment? What movie are you going to watch before the next episode?
Practical Magic.
We have to then talk about it. I'll watch it as well. And we want everybody at home to watch Practical Magic.
Should we do like a double feature of Practical Magic and Lizzie McGuire movie?
I'm going to be gone this weekend, so we'll have to do it next weekend.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm sorry. I could get... Well, I can't watch
Practical Magic without you, but you can't watch Lizzie McGuire.
I was just going to say that. I was going to say, I'll do Practical Magic on the plane, but then I won't do Lizzie McGuire unless I'm with you. And there's quite a few people that want to watch it as well. Like Whitney Shusty, who we love.
Oh my gosh, she's so funny.
Oh my gosh, Whitney, if you made it to this part of the episode, we adore you.
She's so funny, and I know myself. Like,
yes.
Like, she's that funny that I'm
yes.
Like, I'm jealous of how funny you are.
Well, we love you guys. Anything else for the episode before we wrap it up, babe?
No, follow us wherever you can. Instagram, TikTok at Good Bad Advice Podcast, on YouTube at Good Bad Advice.
And you guys, please share the material. It's so interesting and so fun for us to see who like comments and shares and participates. And as much as we are thirsty, which we is, the larger thing for us, and the reason why we even do this is because our normal day-to-day can be quite heavy and busy and frustrating at times. And this is such like a wonderful little gift. And I love this little community of people that we're building. Like, I love my friend Lauren, who reaches out after every episode to me privately and is like, some notes for you. You need to know it's a keeper, not a goalie, whatever. And I'm like, thank you so much, for just being a part of this community. And it's so fun getting to kind of build a group of people that are like, hey, we crave something that is fun and light and entertaining. And so thank you for being a part of that. We love you guys.
Yeah. Also subscribe on Apple or,
Spotify.
wherever, Apple or Spotify, wherever you listen
or Google
to podcasts.
Pods, yeah, whatever else. And then that's really slick because it just appears on your phone. You don't have to go hunting for it.
Yeah.
You don't have to look for the notifications on social.
And make sure to go rate us 5 stars.
Yes. Oh my gosh. That's our last little ask is follow us, share us, and rate us. But only 5 stars.
Only 5 stars. If
Yeah.
you want to rate us anything else, then
Send
I
it
don't
to
need your
us
rating.
private. Yeah. And then send it just privately. Just
With
be like,
notes. I'll
you're
take 'em.
almost at a 5. Here's how you could change it. Stop interrupting each other. That's
Yeah.
what my brother says. He's like,
Yeah.
I want to listen, but you guys interrupt each other all the time. And I'm like, yeah, that's literally called shooting the shiz.
We
That's
really
just life.
have important things to say. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
Also, we both probably have a lick of ADHD. So we're
100%.
Like, I have to get out what I have to say because it's so funny and I have to say it before you have to say it.
And part of me is like, I'm listening. What are we doing for dinner? Oh no, what did she say? Say something. That's a very real
100%.
experience here. So anyways, thank you guys so much. We will be next Wednesday, and between now and next Wednesday, we have our episode,
Ashley
which we've
Rose.
recorded. Ashley Rose, probably the beginning of next week, if not the end of this week.
Yeah.
Bye,
Love
you
you
guys.
guys.
Love
Bye.
you. Bye.